Yo, welcome back. This time, brand new cars, brand new regulations, brand new circuit. We're here for the Madrid Grand Prix, the Spanish Grand Prix, whatever you want to bloody call it nowadays. We're back racing in these new cars, with all the new battery system, active aero, and the whole lot. Madrid, known for, well, not really known for a lot at the minute, because we haven't really done any racing on. It's probably the first ever. This is probably the first league race on Madrid on this roster of the game, but nonetheless we are still able to learn about it. But from other experiences from flappers before this, it's not really the greatest place to race. There's not really any overtaking spots from what I saw. Racing in these cars though, a lot more fun. But nonetheless, let's go first for our first quality lap then, down and towards turn number 1 here. Through rotated, brake around the 100 metre board, rotating a bit later than we can cut that curb at turn 1 a lot more. Then through 2, flat through 3, before we go to the flat kink of turn 4, before the braking zone. Down at turn number 5, the active aero will automatically turn off here, and then we go slightly derated a bit, and then we go through turn number 5, turn number 6, and turn number 7, before we go uphill through 8, through 9, and in towards the braking at turn number 10. Get it rotated then through turn number 11 here. Actually, I can't remember the corner names exactly. As I remember this time might be through turn 11, then turn 12, and I think this is turn 13. This long banking. And look at the speed you carry through the banking, overtake on all the while, and as we make our way in towards the next breaker zone, you can see Lyco is happening. You have to lift and coast to be able to save battery, because whenever you're not on the throttle, you save your battery, and it's, well, obviously battery we know, the most crucial part in these regulations. We go through another hairpin and then apply it under our power, under the tunnel we go, and then there'll be a slight lift here, and then another slight lift, but this corner I cannot get right. We tank the wall. Luckily, no damage here as we go into the hairpin at turn number 20, turn 19, then through turn 20, before turn number 21, a lot wider than we would want. More moments as well, and make our way towards turn number 22 around the final corner. Over the line we go. There's damage there on the right side. Over the line we go. We are miles off, 2.7 seconds away. And that's not the most optimal first lap here. But then as we go through the final corner, look at the time getting already. Like 1.8 seconds we have found. 1.5 around that. Over the line we go. And with that major improvement, only up into the top 9. But now you can see, look how far down the order we have fallen to. Around P13 we are now, as we go flat through 3 towards turn 4 and turn number 5 here. And this corner is where you can make or break a lap. Because you have to cut so much, you have to make sure you get the turn in and the whole lot right. As we go make our way through turn 5 and then turn number 6. Let's get a bit scruffy, but nonetheless gaining time. Uphill then, towards another tricky uphill braking corner. Then apply the power. We get it nicely rotated, and then we make our way towards the chicane before the long banking, through the right, then through the left, over the curb, not really the most optimal, but then we go through the banking, and the racing line is to actually take it a lot tighter, so we try to take it lighter, the curb then slides us off, and that's an invalidation on the track limits on the inside, but nonetheless, we got the fuel, we got the lot to go for one more lap. Overtake will be burned all the way down in towards turn number 1. You can do a little bit of Lyco around the 150 metre board. Get it rotated through 1, then through turn 2 using all of the curb on turn 2. Then make our way down towards the heavy braking zone at turn number 5. Overtake burning all the while, but you don't want to burn all of it, otherwise you won't have a lot of battery left for the middle sector. We turn it off around now, and then Lyco, and then rotate it in. We cut all the curb, using all the curb available here, and then we go uphill towards the tricky uphill braking zone. Rotate it through the right, and then make our way through the left, applying the power, little tap of the wall as we go in towards the chicane once again, through the right, through the left before turn 13 of the banking. Overtake will be burned all the while, but we've actually used probably too much battery here, because you can see it's just completely depleting. We're out of battery here. You heard the derating momentarily, and as we go in towards the next left-hander, rotate it in a little bit wide, a lot wider actually than we want to, and then we go through the next right. This flat complex is another satisfying section of this racetrack before we once again start derating again. Then we do a bit of Lyco to try and recharge the battery, rotate it then through the right-hander, a little bit wider than we want, and a little bit of a moment here. And a slight lift, then another slight lift through the right-hander, and once again we're going to hit the wall out wide as we make our way in towards the hairpin of turn number 19. braking early, rotated it nicely, and then stamping on the throttle flat through 20 before the braking, slight braking at turn 21. Then in towards turn number 22 we go, braking and turning at the 50, and over the line we go. There's a lot of time still in the lap, but nonetheless it's only P9 with a 32.2. It's so much time in that lap, and you can see once the rest is finished, we are starting 12th on the grid for the Madrid Grand Prix. There was actually a second in that lap there. There's your race strategy then. It's going to be nothing like that, because let's be honest, it's going to be safety cars in this race. But in this RHRS league, which is my own league, we have formation lap on, and you're going to see soon, Aiden was like, yeah, let's just fucking drive into him. So yeah, I'm gonna get rear-ended very soon. But nonetheless, what I've learnt, weaving actually does something now with these tyres. Weaving actually helps, which I find amazing. Like, it actually does something, which is just beyond me, like, rarely ever heard of here. As normally you just like brake drag his battery. Now you see Aiden. I realised too late what he was doing, and then it reset us. I paused too late. But anyway, we'll go to the 5 red lights on in Madrid, under the sunshine. 5 lights on, 5 out. And we are racing towards turn number 1. And we're making our way towards the opening corner of the circuit. We've had a relatively decent start in these regulations. We go through turn 1 and turn 2. Echo ahead, gets ahead. And then Aiden as well, looking to make the move as well. Side by side we run down in towards turn number 5, where it is really, really sketchy. 2 runs side by side. We go under braking then. Around now for turn number 5. We're just trying to make sure we don't hit anyone here. Then we go through 5 and 6. And then uphill towards the next hairpin we go. Aiden ahead of us. We've remained in the same position we're complaining about. And then in the wall went, I think, Seb in the Audi. Not Audi. So I don't know I completely forgot what car he was in. And we go for the right and the left. Aiden, oh my, confident. And then there's this virtual safety car, which is deployed, and again, does not surprise me whatsoever. But once again, virtual safety car wasn't out for that long, to be honest. Just ended really, really quickly. We can go racing once again. Then we go through the right handle once again. Once again, just running him really deep again. And we've got the Audi of Exotic behind us here. We go through the right and then through the left and through the right. Sorry, got them mixed up. And then we almost just, I can't get that corner right whatsoever. I cannot get turn 18 right at all here. Then through the hairpin, probably the first mistake we've made of that hairpin. And then through turn number 21. Here, there's more yellow flags behind. That's for a Haas, I believe, on this occasion. As we round the final corner. Once again, just look at the understeer we get. Track limit warning, although I thought I was still on the track there. As we make our way in towards turn number 1. Exotic on the hard tyres, looking to make the move. On the outside, he will look, but then we're going to hold the inside. A little bit of a correction there. Then as we apply the power and make our way down towards turn number 5. Burning battery all the way. But Exotic will get the overtake, because you get it at the end of lap 1. You literally get it before the next lap starts. And look how much more powerful the overtake is. He makes the move, and we are down into P12 again, actually. Gained a position, because Seb obviously crashed at that corner. We think of it, but obviously nothing doing there, because it's so risky to overtake around here. Anyway, virtual safety car deployed once again. I believe it's for Renz on this occasion here, in the Cadillac, I believe he was Renz. So, our second virtual safety car of the day. But nonetheless, this is helping us save our tyres here if we want to go long on this medium compounded tyre here, to ensure that we can optimise the hards. But then you can see he retires, full course safety car. And I thought, you know what, the tyre wear hasn't been that bad when we've been pushing. I'm going to box this lap for hards and go to the end of the Grand Prix. Let's just have some fun. Let's see what these tyres can work with. Let's see what we can work with these tyre compounds here. Yeah, we come into the box here, making sure like the speed limiter is bugged, right? It doesn't tell you the right speed. But nonetheless, we get the rotation into the box right. Off go the mediums, on go the hards, and we will be the leader of the pit stop brigade. We will be the leader of the people who have come in for a new set of tyres to ensure that we have the best chance to overtake others here. But nonetheless, we just got to make sure we come out ahead of the right people. You see Def Not Jazz in the Alpine there. It's going to be close with her on the pit exit here, but this pit exit's really weird. It caught me out so much, I've actually gone completely over it. And we come out in 13th. Only lost really one position here, but we go to the safety car restart, and we are racing once again here in Catalonia. And see Jazz gets a poor exit here, and we're going to put our boost mode on right away, as well as straight mode, and we are instantly past the Alpine, one down already into before even turn number 1. Big Man Sheep and Seb also get through the Alpine as well. The Alpine losing a hatful of positions here. And then we have the other Alpine, RHRS, and you see Cold Tires, a major moment there. Under acceleration through turn number 3 here. We're gaining on Rice all the while, but in this occasion, as we make our way towards turn number 5, on this occasion, not close enough, but we're just not able. It's just, you're not able to make moves unless you clearly if you're alongside it, you basically have to back out because it's so risky. We're running deep here, and this allows the McLaren to get a run as they make our way in towards the chicane. Once again, it's not close enough on this occasion here, through the right and then through the left, and towards the banking we go once again. Going to use our battery, you can see here, to the cold tyres. Cold tyres just aren't working. Just absolutely diabolical here. But now we have our overtake on. The Alpine ahead, running low on the battery. You can see the red light flashing, and this will not even be a contest. Completely just roaring on by, past the Alpine, into the top 11 then, and we can continue on our journeys, making our way down in towards towards the hairpin, sorry. But I need to learn the corner name, the corner number, sorry, because I have absolutely no idea whatsoever. But we go through the right and through the left once again, through the very, very high-speed chicane. And then once again, Seb has now retired, and there's another safety car. And I was speaking to Edward at this point. I realised tyre wear's not that bad. We only had, I think it was 5%, so we may as well just continue on. We catch up and see, look at all the cars peeling into pit lane. Both Mercedes come into pit lane. Exotic, Olivia. So many people peeled into the box. Sharkstorm as well. Another one, Trixie as well. Another one who came into the box. So this strategy call has put us into the top 4, which is not too shabby whatsoever. And you can see Andy as well, I believe, peeling into pit lane. I'm not too sure. I don't know what I'm on about here. Andy did peel into pit lane, sorry. I have no idea what I was on about here. Andy did peel into the box, so we're now in a podium position here. Yarrow keeping the maintaining his pace, but we go racing once again in Madrid onto the next lap of racing. Yarrow was a major slide on those cold, medium compound tyres, sorry. TJ's going to challenge in the turn number 1. We're going to do some Lycos just to ensure we got battery to maybe attack in towards the next corner here. We tried to go for an almighty switch wrap, we get the run. Obviously not close enough on this occasion here. We have a moment, and then Yarrow spins the car under an acceleration, and that bump that just completely spits his car around, and we're now up into second place in this Grand Prix. But nonetheless, let's go in towards turn number 5 once again, just ensuring that we can get the corner right here as we make our way out towards the uphill hairpin. I completely outbrake myself, running deep. The rear tyre hits the wall, and this now allows the Cadillac to try and make this move as well. As we go in towards the chicane, we've got the McLaren right there as well, so the Cadillac gets through. Then we take the white line of the McLaren, just suddenly sticks on the inside, gives us a half spin. We save the car. Lee goes on the inside. We're now inside the Williams here as we go through the bank, and just completely idiotic from the McLaren to stick a nose on the inside there, where we've taken that different line the whole time, but whatever, we move on. But nonetheless, as we make our way in towards the next couple of corners here, we're on the rear of Sharks on the 2 McLarens, preparing to do battle as well. Now Yarrow has retired from the race, and Yarrow's now out of the race, and there's another safety car which has been deployed. And obviously you don't like to see these safety cars, but I can't really say we didn't expect it, did we? Obviously, a race on the day of the release at the new circuit, a new street circuit as well, bearing in mind. And have just, obviously, racing's actually been alright from what I've seen so far. It hasn't been too bad. Obviously, the DNS is suboptimal, the safety cars are suboptimal, but nonetheless, once we run out of safety cars, we can just have pure racing. Once again, we are safety car in this lap, so Sheep leads the way, and he starts and stops here. Yeah, whatever, move on. As we go around the final corner, both McLarens are going to prepare to do battle here as they make their way in towards turn number 1. You see Sharkstorm looking to make that move on the inside. Side by side they run in towards turn number 1, and the McLarens do swap around, and Sheep gets through as we pick up a 3-second time penalty for track limits there. And now we make our way down in towards turn number 5, and Sheep's already out of battery here. We're just going to completely fly on by with the boost mode. But then as we make our way in towards turn number 5, he's 3/10 back, and just, yeah, corners don't exist now apparently. As moving on, look at the time he gains as well, gain over a second from that as well, from just completely straight line in the corner, almost straight lining us in a sense. As now you see Exotic there, I completely missed my brake board here, tapped the wall, and the Audi got a free clip, but nonetheless we continue on. And now the other Audi is held right here as we make our way in towards the final corner of the circuit. The Audi Just Audi just currently inside of us, but then we make our way down the main straight. He's still inside us, but we're gonna pull the inside to get rid of the ghosting. So he has to make a proper overtake, which he does, going right around the outside. We then go for maybe another cut back here through turn number 2, flat through 3 towards turn number 4 here, and make our way down towards turn number 5. Aiden out of battery once again, and we can just completely fly on by past the Audi. We are through. Edward as well, looking for the move as well. We can see that Williams appears, so it spooks me. I turn out of the corner here because I just see an Audi Williams completely appear out of nowhere. But nonetheless, we can continue on in 4th position. But nonetheless, we go around the banking and Andy's on the inside. Sketchy wheel to wheel through the banking, but the Racing Bulls nonetheless gets the overtake done and is through into the top 4. We go defensive into the corner, but now you can see TJ's on our rear. TJ is gaining all the while here as we go in towards turn number 5. We've got basically not a lot of battery to deploy here. I lift off early. TJ gets through, but then the lag puts me off so much I turn away because of its lag. Yeah, then we go in towards the corner to get ourselves an Angel or wheel to wheel. We pick up a warning within combat. If we reported that, it probably would have got removed. But nonetheless, we head in towards the next corner of the circuit, and Trixie rolls around the outside. This was a horrible couple of corners for us. We lost. I think we lose another position here on the inside. Echo goes wheel to wheel. We lose 4 positions in a matter of corners here. That could not have gone any worse for us. We have a think of a bit of dive on the inside of Echo, but just nothing doing on that occasion. But nonetheless, Olivia's now on our rears. We make our way in towards turn number 5, and Olivia's going to just completely plain sail around the outside. The Williams goes, and I completely cut the corner there because I was more focused on the Williams, so I kind of panicked when I arrived at the corner. I didn't really know where to turn in. I follow her in, going a little bit deep, but nonetheless, we're going to have a look around the outside of the Williams here. A little bit of argy-bargy as we go around the outside of the corner of the left-hander, and we get back through, but then through this twisty-turny flat section, Olivia's going to try and get the move back again. She tags our rear left, but we luckily are unaffected. I have to take the tighter line here, but otherwise if we change so aggressively on the brake, we're just going to lock up. Olivia looks around the outside, but once again, can't do anything about that. And this corner again, completely getting it wrong, completely tanking the wall. I think Olivia and Edward might have followed us in here. We go defensive into turn 19. And on this occasion, we can leave her the room for turn 20 as well. But we are through back up into 8th position here. But nonetheless, racing is going to continue on and on and on. She thinks of the move into turn 22, but it's just too risky to go for it there. Sorry, as we head in towards turn number 1 once again here, and Olivia will be gaining once again in the turn number 1. On this occasion, not close enough. We held the exit of the corner here. We head in towards turn number 5 once again. Another moment there for ourselves, and we're completely running out of battery here. I'll turn it off because I don't really want to deplete it all. Olivia's just going to completely fly on by here, but we are actually quite the way ahead here in the corner, but then a bit rude. We get barged, but racing's racing, isn't it? As you go uphill, once again, into the hairpin once again. You see Trixie's at the moment. Trixie, the pole sitter, by the way, who got pole by 1.2 seconds, has made a mistake at this uphill braking zone. And I believe he's got no front wing. Track limits are now an illusion to the Scarlet Ferrari here. And you just see the no front wing is completely hampering him. He runs out wide. I think he does peel off to the left side in a minute to let us through, which he does, yeah, which is very nice from him, just to make sure he doesn't ruin anyone's race. Yeah, then once again, it's another free position gain, but now wheel to wheel with the Audi here, and the Audi's just completely roaring on by. I thought I would have had more battery to fight this. We did, but obviously we started getting the overspeed a tad too late. But nonetheless, Audi passed us. We are back down to 7th. I think of the move in towards the uphill section, but it's so risky. It's Olivia into the wall. Goes the Williams, and that's another free position for ourselves. But anyway, to make our way in towards turn 1, we have I think we actually have front wing damage here. I'm not too sure. As Edward now looking around the outside, and we run wheel to wheel here through turn number 1. We go for the switcheroo through turn number 2, then flat through 3. Edward's lag completely scaring me there as we make our way in towards turn number 5. Have we got the battery to continue to fight this one? Edward and the Williams gets through as we make our way in towards turn number 5. I think of it, but obviously smart, don't go for it. Another warning there for track limits, but nonetheless we just make sure we don't do anything about it. But nonetheless, we are going to peel into the pits because this front wing damage was absolutely horrendous here. Coming to the pit lane. Here's your first look at the pit entry then, a proper look. So we get slowed down to 8 miles an hour, 80 kilometers an hour, sorry, as we make our way in towards our pit box, changing our front. We're going to go for our set of the new soft compound tyres here, just to ensure We have maximum pace. Get the new front wing on as well, and we can make our way trundling down this pit lane. And this is probably one of the worst pit exits. I hate this. You think you've got it right, but then you just drift out wide on the pit exit here. So you're going to see it's like Qatar in the sense how long this is as well. So we make our way through the corner here and just look at the understeer. Barely go over it, and there's your penalty for crossing the line twice. But nonetheless, you can see Aiden and Andy coming to pit lane, but we only get ahead of ahead of Aiden, sorry. So we have got a battle to do with the Audi. I had no pace here. Maybe it's just the contributing factor of how we're learning no line and it's a new circuit, so I've got no knowledge. But anyway, Aiden goes around the outside, runs in a bit deep, and go for the cut back here. We go flat through turn 3. We get pinched, and the slightest contact just makes our car go into a overcorrection, and there's front wing damage for us, and that will be our race routed for P9 in this Grand Prix. So we come round turn 22. Damage, it just does not turn, but nonetheless, through in 9th position, and based on qualifying, I'll take that. I'm not complaining about that whatsoever. Obviously, the penalties, we could have probably got at least 9 seconds removed there, couldn't we? For the amount of wheel-to-wheel action we had when we was off the circuit. Well, no, the amount of wheel-to-wheel action we had, and we hadn't taken evasive action and such, and just go wheel-to-wheel combat, could have got them removed, but nonetheless, what I've learnt, Madrid is shocking. That is what I've learnt. For racing, it is absolutely shocking. But nonetheless, we've learnt it's bad. Hopefully we don't do it anymore. But from me, ciao adios, I am done.